How do you do the things that you do? Hi, babies. Hola. Hit the like button as you come in the room. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much. 2-week hiatus. You guys know when I disappear, I just disappear. It is what it is. It's not that I'm not thinking of you, though. Hi, my loves. Welcome. Let's see if YouTube's going to send out those announcements. Let you guys know that I am in the room. Be blessed, be beautiful. Hope you guys are grounded. You've meditated. You've taken time to clear your energy. I have a lot of downloads for you guys. Lots of books that came out. Just a lot. So welcome to the channel. I apologize for being late, but sometimes there's a good reason for it. Sometimes. I have to introduce you guys to somebody here. We have a new family member. Her name is Chula. So whenever she decides she wants to come on camera, I will introduce you to Chula. Hi, Chula. Hi. Anyway, she's gorgeous. So, welcome. 2 weeks worth of downloads. You guys come into the chat. Tell me how you're doing. That's what I'm looking for right now is the chat so that we can get going here. Awesome sauce. Tell me how your full moon eclipse was. What did you notice? What did you see? That is probably what we're going to be discussing here as we move forward. Thank you guys for all of the well wishes on top of that, all of the emails. And anybody that has made a purchase, your information is in the mail or your package is in the mail. Hi. Yeah, there you are. Okay. Like I said, it's telling me that some of you are in the room and then some of you aren't. It's quite interesting. So, welcome. All right. I can't see much here, but there you are. Okay. It took a minute. So, new to the channel, go ahead and fast forward if you guys are catching this after the live. Okay, fast forward to about 2-3 minutes into the reading. Yeah, 314 is what I just saw, so that's for someone. If you guys don't know, this is a channel that promotes healing. Golden Empress Collection at your service. Check the description box for links to a majority of the lives. We used to call it Friday Night Love Tarot. Now it's pretty much just a weekly read. As you guys know, it's been a couple of... Hello, welcome. It's been a couple weeks since I've been on here because that's what the energy called for. And it wasn't to be dormant, but it was to be observant and to pay attention to the surroundings and the communication that was being received by spirit. So many of you, that come here, you're either looking for mediumship or you are looking for assistance with developing your experiences as someone who feels that they are a spiritual individual. And so that's my path, and that's what we do. But please make sure you come cleansed, make sure you come correct, because I will cuss your ass out. Anyway, but I'll do it in such a polite way that you'll have to say, what did she say? I'm just saying. So hopefully our moderator is going to be joining us and that they are aware we are live. We're just kind of adjusting the energy. I do see it was interesting how that first deck decided to come out because that's what I call the chakra deck, right? Definitely needing to find some sort of balance if you guys are not aware, okay, of what that representation means. I guess what they're trying to say is for those individuals that are also looking for energy and trying to be mindful in the sense of Why do you feel a certain way? See, look, see, I told you Chula just joined the family, and so now she's over there staring at something behind me. So she's picking up on energy. She's been picking up on energy for a couple of weeks. That you have. Yeah. Come here. Do you want to say hi? She's like looking at whatever's behind me right now. So definitely not someone that, yeah. I went straight to abundance. So, whatever the message is, this is something where you guys are developing your senses, your psychic abilities, something like that. Yeah, they said keep going. This is about determination and divine wisdom. Oh, somebody must have. There's someone who stopped. I don't know what this means. There's something about a stop. I'm seeing a stop sign. I'm being shown a stop sign. Somebody's trying to stop someone's gift. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking to myself that there's a masculine, feminine energy that's off here. Okay. And someone is trying to put out someone's light, not allow this light to shine, not allow to glow, to be safe, to be abundant, whatever that is. But it's almost like somebody is ignoring the fact that there's a protection energy around it, of whatever they're trying to downplay, right? The divine feminine is highly protected in whatever situation is needed here. That's all I can say. Like, if somebody needed to know that, if you were lacking knowledge, if you were lacking just that one, you know, key phrase sentence of yes, this is going in the right way. Yes, this is what you are supposed to do. Yes, you are supposed to shine your light. You are supposed to be someone who helps and divinely guides in the sense or in the light of supporting. And they say keep going. I don't know. Whatever that is, it's always about finding balance because there is a purpose. See? Listening. I'm telling you, something it is that you guys have been picking up on, honing in on. Whale energy, sonar energy. It's a vibration. Okay, some of you all see it, some of you hear it, some of you smell it. Whatever it is, you are drawn to something to move forward in a way that says, yes, I can accomplish this. Tell me you guys understand and you recognize in the chat, please. That's what I need you to do for confirmation purposes. This is all about individuals who are growing, expanding, and learning. For those of you, this deck is coming out, and I heard it's going to come out in a little bit. It's basically a deck on how to begin structuring opportunity so that you can continue to grow. What things do those paying attention to or come across this reading need to know about growth? Hello, welcome. What is it that they need to know about growth in whatever sense this is? All I can say is hello, good morning, good evening, and some of you all, it's the vibration of your awake. Your senses have been awakened. You just stepped into something new. I feel like there's a large group of people that just stepped in something new. And it's interesting because, and I'm going to show you this, and I know he won't mind. So a friend of mine wrote this book, and this book has been sitting on my table, and I just pick it up, over these past couple of weeks. So Bill, it's called Spirit Relations, right? And I love Bill. He's such a sweetheart. So if you guys want to go pick this up, if anybody's like looking for this guide, but one of the things about Bill's book, and it's Bill Duvenak, okay? Duvenak. He might say it or pronounce it differently, but you can look him up. One of the things about his book is it talks about ley lines, right? It talks about the energy that is actually around you and the way that certain things come into play outside of just who we are as people. Like there's different planes, right? And I have a feeling that for some of you, maybe that's what's happened. Maybe you're going through these things where these ley lines have moved, right? So there's individual ley lines that intersect. And you've now come into a ley line or into some sort of vortex that has allowed you to bring out this positive attribute about yourself. It's almost like Psalms 51:10. You know, if you were in a dark place, say hello to doing something better. Say hello to, again, being more mindful, right? And like I said, if you guys haven't been to this channel before, um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way the reading's coming out. There's a bunch of brand new decks that I picked up on some of my travels. As you guys know, it was just an American holiday, so that's another reason I was not live either. I was hanging out. So, creativity. There's also books, and then there's it's called Clopen meditation. So meditation for 10 minutes. Clopen signifies non-duality, or when two seemingly opposite ideas are simultaneously true. Okay, this is interesting. And it says, wherever we group, a duality arises. It says open versus closed, good versus bad, etc. With Clopen, the duality ceases, opened and closed. It says good and bad, etc. Meditate on what you tend to group as either good or bad. Are two things true at once? Oh my goodness, that's interesting. And then said creativity and books. It says the best way to practice creativity is to create something for the next 10 minutes. Do not judge the quality of your work. Be spontaneous and have fun. And then with the books, this is definitely about education. And these are actually varying on like easy to hard in the sense of what is it that you're supposed to be paying attention to do your healing process. Now, and it's going to take courage to do this, by the way, because that's what's at the bottom. And it might be courage to understand that whatever you've been doing before was like out of fear-based thinking. So it says, by reading the writings of someone else, you meditate with your own mind and theirs as well. You create a macro idea space, which goes along with the ley line concept. A mixing of idea spaces amongst different people occurs. Order a new book you've been interested in reading. Well, that's very, very interesting. So what this says to me is not only does it fall under the idea space, but what this says is the energy you have stepped into right now is about you. If we were to look at it from it's telling you to harness the opportunity to learn your new possibilities. I mean, I even just showed you a book. Seriously. And it's asking you to understand and make a choice and stand your ground. You know, for some of you going back to the reading that we just had, can you seriously define your relationship with the feminine and the masculine? Can you, as yourself, define that you're highly balanced? Like I said, the first deck that popped out was this one. So when I tell you massive downloads, that makes complete sense because for one, I had to step in internally just to deal with everybody and everything that's around me. If you guys don't know, I do have a 9 to 5, well, it's more like 7 to 3, whatever, and work from home is needed. But what I'm saying is, you just have to take your opportunity, okay? And listen to what Spirit is saying to you, because whoever is the naysayer in this situation, I promise you it's not you. And if it's a work situation or if it's more of a financial situation, things get better. That's what I do see. But it takes you learning and putting something behind it in order to make it happen. It's just not going to be given to you. The universe does say we need you to work for this, if that makes sense. Some of you all, I feel like stagnation is one of the issues here. Okay, and that falls in line right here All right. I'm thinking if there's a desire for someone to do something for you, spirit is just like, no, get out there and do it yourself. Because now she's over there asleep. Whatever it was that came before and tried to bring in that trigger towards you obtaining and really creating this new innovative process of who you are, whether you're stepping into being a clairvoyant type of individual, clairaudient, clairsentient, maybe a medium. There's something here that is telling you, understand what you're really dealing with. The other thing they keep showing me, just like in little flashes, is they keep showing me, and I see some of the images I've seen just over the years in my life of what demonic energy looks like. You have to remember that demonic energy, and I'm sharing this with you because some of you, again, you're on your brand new path, right? Demonic energy has a way of infiltrating those that we allow to be close to us. Some of it's brothers, sisters, family members, cousins. Some of it could be teachers, people that have just been taken over by, let's just call it a blank 7 deadly sins. Okay. And they openly and honestly, truly honor whatever craving or whatever desire or whatever, thou shalt not, I don't know, I was going to say some 10 commandments type stuff, but, it's just not living that golden rule. It's not living that I shall treat others as I want them to treat me, right? They will be a taker. They will be someone who won't help. That is what a demonic energy can look like in the flesh. So that's what they need you to understand as you step into this. When you honor and respect the universe, there's 2 sides to every story. Which one is true? That's why this exercise is a little bit harder when it's like, I get it. It's duality, and where do I go with it? I will say fear is ego, right? Fear is ego. Oh, another recommendation that I just saw, and maybe you've been thinking it as well, is maybe put the social media away. I'm just saying. Put it away for a little bit, do a little bit of that healing. Yeah, they said utilize the numbers. To me, this is an energy of, let me look at numerology as well. Let me pay attention to the signs that are around me, telling me not to let ego step in, right? It says having courage during this time, focus on the times you've acted courageously. As you go throughout your day, tap into that courage. Real courage and fake courage are the same thing. Be strong. You've got this. I don't know how it means it's the same thing. It's on the card. So it says stoicism. So if that, I don't know, maybe you were scared at the time, but again, that's ego. That's interesting how this reading just came out. With me knowing everything that could be triggering some individuals at this time. It really is about that sacral solar plexus vibration, making sure that energy within yourself, if you guys are vibrating with this, that part is clearing. Okay. If you guys are doing any sort of Reiki work, that's where you're headed. This energy right through here, go ahead and just kind of clear out any muck that might be just like, oh, I'm sitting here, just cleanse it all the way out. Just, you know what I mean? Can you see this? Like from here to here, just cleanse all of this right through here. Focus on this, center on this, create those orbs of light and cleanse that energy. Okay? I'll look at my rolls, whatever. All right, well, thank you guys for everybody that said hello in the chat. You have to tell me where you're from. I went right back to it. So that's definitely a positive vibration. Let's go into another reading. I'll probably do all signs at the end. I do see the Mary Magdalene deck just kind of creeping out of the corner of my eye there. So definitely a divine feminine reading today. Lots of vibration of love, love, love. Love and light. Love and light. Nothing wrong with a little bit of love and light. As long as we recognize and are not out here letting somebody play you for boo boo the fool. Right? Speaking of which, and that sounds more personal, I also was at a bookstore. I like bookstores, of course. And I ran into this deck that I think is super cute, right? It's got this little pocket. It's like a pocket deck, okay? And it is called Signs and Skymates. So like I said, I do believe that we will go with, I haven't even opened this book. Just getting used to it. But basically it talks about the compatibility as skymates, like between Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Capricorn, Gemini, Aquarius, Gemini, Pisces. Gemini, you might really be going through it right now. Also is something I'm thinking of. It also has the planets in here too. And then just how the compatibility is with the signs and then the signs themselves. So, I don't know. Let's see how these play out. And maybe some of the readings we do in the future for like who you're dealing with. I think that might be a really, really good vibration. That might be a really good vibration. Welcome, welcome. I think we're just going to call that an overall reading. What else have I been picking up on? So the people that are damaged and don't want to heal themselves, I don't know. I'm also picking up on people that are going through loss right now or the fear of loss. I'm just going to say don't manifest it, right? And if you really do, well, it's a brand new deck. If you really do feel like loss could be coming up, I would recommend making sure that you're prepared and have a nest egg ready. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just tumultuous times is what I'm hearing. You know, it's a financial thing. People need to rely on other people. Somebody wants to ask somebody if they would, I don't know, maybe they want a roommate, something along those lines. I am definitely picking up on that. I don't know who that is. There's someone there. It's just like maybe if you had someone to support your everyday life. Someone's looking for support. This could be someone who's also looking for a relationship, is what I pick up on. What's this say? Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio at that. So it says the passion seekers. It says where you'll find them, investigating the latest mystery in their Scorpio lair. What you'll remember about this, it says the ultimate hot and cold relationship. Interesting. All right, so Scorpio's at play here. What else do we need to know? Who else needs to be called out? That's a lot of call out right there. Hold on. That's a lot of Libra. Libra, you're on the table. I see that, Libra. You must have issues with a couple of people. Let's see what's happening. But we'll also look at the vibration as well. It doesn't just have to be the sign, right? Because the Scorpio vibration, you know, represents what? November. It represents, end of October anyway, into November. But sensuality, number one. Very, very sensual. But also, you know, investigating matters, looking into things, right? Seek and ye shall find type energy. What else? These cards are stuck together. Sorry, guys. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Leave it. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Thank you. Virgo and Aquarius. Team players pitching their latest invention to seed investors. Their combined powers of sarcasm are undefeated. These two are stuck together. Scorpio, you are definitely on the board. Taurus, you've made the board. Libra, here you are as well. So we have earth, we have air, we have water. I don't necessarily see fire, but I know I feel Sagittarius here, right? Because it's talking about artsy gurus. people that would openly have like an open mic night as well. That's the type of personality or the type of relationship that you can see coming out here. Sensuality, fun. Taurus and a Scorpio together, it says the healing rainforest, playing checkers in the park while sipping their favorite drink. What you'll remember most about the connection with the Taurus versus Scorpio would be most of their communication seemed to be nonverbal. Interesting. And then here's your fire sign energy with Leo right there. So Scorpio, I'm guessing this reading is more about you. This is and not necessarily Scorpio. I'm just going to say with Scorpio, please remember it's like a defining moment, right? Where is your passion going to take you? As an overall reading, where is your passion and your desire, struggling to go? Because right now Uranus, I do believe, is sitting in Taurus. It's been there for I don't know, for however long. And the truth about what your desires are, that's what this says to me. Where are your desires taking you? To a healing place. To a healing place. Maybe there's just been someone that you were dealing with and you've been overthinking it, stressing about it, and like I said, you're healing it. Maybe there's been something here where it's an old lover, something along those lines. Like I said, the energy of hot and cold coming out here. See? Very passionate energy, but the wisdom to know better with this Sagittarian energy right here. The wisdom to know better, to understand and have a little bit better communication, right? Who is it that you're trusting? Jeez Louise, you guys are killing me with this reading. This is deep because the trust factor is real and the trust factor has to come out. But there's something here. I will say there's a lot of playboy energy here. There is. And someone feels trapped. Oh my God. What is this? Okay. You guys, there's a lot to this. There's a lot. And this is about a woman. This is not about a girl. This is not about someone who's playing games. This is literally about someone who can engage properly. That's what I hear. This is about someone who understands how things are supposed to be. I just heard grown with it. Look at all these queens that just came out. And something told me to take this extra stack. It just did. 3 queens just came out. And do you know, to me, it can be more than one person if you want to look at it from a negative perspective. But what I see this as being is a positive vibration in the sense of love is love. A real woman handles business, I promise you. And gets things right and gets things understood. I do see that there is some drama here. Okay. If there's someone that is in like player mode, someone is really investigating, needs to know the truth. I get that. I get that. Wow, this is interesting. So how does this end? I know that this is the divine feminine's overall energy though. That's what I see. How does this end? Perfectly. That's what I see. It ends perfectly. Successfully, everything working out. And I know I'm skipping all of the meat and potatoes. I'm skipping all of the emotions and the conversations between sisters and brothers and other people in the family. I'm skipping all of the things that I see because I just want to know the end result here If you have this many people in your life telling you that something could be wrong, or if someone had fear, again, ego-based thinking, do I need to take to the internet to figure out the truth about something? The truth is that you're going to actually be able to trust whoever this particular person is. That you realize now how maybe there's a spark, maybe there's some sort of kindred energy. There's something here that says, yes, this is meant to work in the favor of the way that it's supposed to work. The energy around this vibration is, I thought someone was playing with my space. Maybe there was a loss because of a movement that was too fast. There was something that, did trigger somebody that said, okay, let me investigate, because I really do see a lot of investigation here. A lot of it. But the success rate that comes through ultimately brings the support that needs to happen. I do feel like there is someone here that um there could be, it's a situation of where there's possibly more than one feminine. I see that in this scenario there's possibly children involved, and it's a healthy scenario, right? So if someone is looking for an outcome, let's say they're dating someone or with someone, new marriage, but there's an ex-spouse or an ex-partner of some sort, the vibration that I get is that the universe would prefer for this to be a healthy relationship. Okay. I almost see two exes here looking at another feminine moving, this masculine moving with another feminine, or going to a third feminine, something like that. Third feminine has no clue. The other two feminines, oh, they do. They do. And listen, as long as the children are taken care of, these other feminines really do not care. So I don't, that's just kind of what I see from a lower egotistical vibration. There's somebody here that's looking at a very, very dramatic scene. This is like a very scandalous, sexy, he's still kind of in these streets a little bit. If you needed to know, yes, he is. Um, and he's got these two on the side and this other one that's like, is it gonna work? Yeah, it can work if you accept the fact that these other two are over here as well. So I don't know if it's a polygamy thing. I don't know if it's, I'm just having my cake and eating it too. That's, everybody's okay with the person being like this. I don't know. It's what you accept. If you settle, you settle. I'm not settling. So, you don't take my example, but if you're sexy and fine as hell and people desire you, why would you settle for someone that's out here in the streets doing this? If that's, if you're looking for something that is not like that, you know. I really like, though, especially if you guys are the feminine, I really, really like how you honor and respect yourself to the point where that negativity should not be an issue. I also see that if this is in regards to work, okay, into what you do for a living, you're getting a raise, you're getting some sort of promotion, you're getting a blessing, whatever it was that you were successfully vying for and putting a lot of your energy into. Um, I feel like you withdraw a little bit, but you're still steadfast. You know what's important, and you know how to be honest with the way that you're going to be communicating about um the way things need to go. And it could be the way that you communicate is just by doing it. Does that make sense? Like you have spunk, you have energy, you have the ability to just make it happen. See what I mean? I told you, I went straight to it. You are the divine feminine. You are someone that just gets it done. Right? There's no questions asked, there's no reinventing shit. It's just you get it done. Everybody likes that. That's what I heard. Everybody likes that. All right, boo. All right. What else we got? I don't know. You guys, I just kind of feel like these are one-off readings. You know what I mean? I feel like I owe it to you. Ooh, look. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about Pluto. It came out. Let's talk about Pluto, because I want to tell you guys, my first house sits in Pluto. And I understand that I feel like that's another reason why I am just the deep, deep seer the way that I am. Not only am I a Sagittarius, but I have my first house in Pluto. So there's probably a whole generation and a half of you that I don't know, like your ancestors are waiting in line to come talk to me to say, hey, can you give her this message for me? That's what we call it. We call it the line. So thank you for joining me. Welcome, welcome. You guys are awesome. All right, Pluto. I don't know where Pluto just went. I was going to read it to you, but I can just tell you about Pluto, right? So Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth, okay? You're looking at, I don't know. It's as deep as evolutionary processes. Does that make sense? Hopefully you guys can like hear me. I didn't realize I didn't have my mic on. You didn't even tell me I didn't have my mic on. I know it's much better now, but still, you guys never told me that. We've done like 2-3 readings. So, better processes is what I just heard. Of course, microphones would be better. Tell me about the Pluto energy. What does the collective need to know about the Pluto energy, please? That's interesting. People are working to try to get you caught up. And I feel like it's, I don't know, is it putting you in a bad situation or somebody around you feels that way? It doesn't necessarily have to be you, but somebody feels like someone is trying to put them in a bad light or in a bad situation. Yeah. And they don't actually see. See, there's a friendship here that somebody's not recognizing for what it is. And I feel like, and it, you know what? You ever heard of that show called Touched by an Angel? It's kind of like that. That's what it feels like. Like somebody does not realize that the person or the people that have been put in place to, and this is definitely a vibe, a download from a couple of weeks ago. When you don't recognize the signs and the signals that spirit is giving to you, it can be destructive, right? I guess that's why Pluto just came out the way that it did. It can be destructive in the sense of it's time to restart something all over again. So we provided you with something that says, okay, we want to lovingly move you out of the way before the disaster hits, right? Before the disaster hits. We want to lovingly show you and with this cup of love that you offer or you provide, we want to lovingly show you, have a conversation with you about something that could be coming in, okay? Or some sort of communication. They're also giving you a message that if there was somebody who tried to block you, this person is now experiencing blocks. Yeah, I feel like you're comfortable, okay? It could have been a Taurus, Capricorn, maybe a Virgo. It was somebody that was playing. It was somebody that was definitely in their ego and wanted something and was willing to be deceptive. They were willing to lie about whatever this was. You know, and it's crazy because I feel like trying to block the passion, trying to block the creativity, or trying to block the scenario of let's make this happen. Oh, that didn't work for that person. That didn't work at all. Why would they see? Look what I'm saying. It backfired, is what I'm telling you. And now this person is in their head because they realize the truth is that pretty much everybody loves you, boo. Everybody's like, hey, how are you? I love you where you've been. And they're willing to protect you because they see that this block is something that could mess with you. This is a soul contract you have with whoever this is. For sure. This is definitely a soul contract. You guys, I'm telling you, this is definitely a soul contract. Yeah, it was all planned out. I feel, have you bypassed this? Have you already been through this? Because I feel like, or this could be someone from your past, because I'm picking up on the past energy here. This is someone that wants to try to come back around, and you've got this person blocked. You've got them blocked for a reason. It's because they're in their head. They're somewhat mental. And it's like working with this person keeps you bound. It keeps you it keeps you defensive. Maybe your spirit guides are trying to protect you and they're showing you, especially for those of you, when I tell you that you're not listening, they're telling you you're dealing with somebody that has baggage. You're dealing with somebody who carries conflict in their soul. And that's why they're asking you to move away. Listen, if you're not going to listen to your spirit guides protect you, to help protect you, you're going to set yourself up for failure. They're telling you to leave someone alone here. Protect the nice one, because the one that's calculated is what I'm hearing. The one that's calculated and always about money and blah, 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 and acts like it's love. Maybe there's somebody here that only loves their children. Also, what I just heard, they only love their children. And their whole plan the entire time was to get someone else's children to leave. Whatever this is, that's an interesting relationship to have. Because I see two women at odds here. And one saying that the love is not real. I see one woman that would be jealous of the other woman. And I don't want the one that's triggering the other. This just kind of came through. This might be a different storyline. It's not for all of you. Don't let the woman that's triggered trigger the woman that's actually calm and peaceful. The woman that is calm and peaceful has gone through a life like no other. This woman that's triggered, I don't know what her problem is, but she's coming for someone that does not need to be messed with. She's highly and divinely protected. She's loved. And coming for her will mess with the stability. South Africa. Well, hello. I am live from Phoenix. And that is Pluto as well. The rising Phoenix, right? Pluto. So, all right, whatever information do we need to know about Pluto? Whatever, that situation is definitely going to be changing. Whatever that is. See, look, this is an extension because this is what was at the bottom of the deck. You do have marriage, you have commitment. You have marriage, you have commitment. Yeah, your relationship has to transform. It has to transform, and it has to be something that's reciprocated. This, I don't know why I keep saying it's a has to. That's what I feel. It has to. 4466. It has to. Whatever, look, I had a past life that I saw long time ago. And I'm not going to tell you the family member that I saw it with, but it was a past life where it was a vibration of a woman who I felt was me, right? Stuck in this house and could only leave when this military person told her she could leave. Right? I remember thinking in the dream, it was a dream. And I don't know why, I just remember this dream so clearly, so vividly. It was a very tall man. And the woman was of Asian descent. He was more Caucasian and he had white gray hair and he wore overalls, right? She eventually got away. But it's just the fact that you have to say get away like that. It was almost like she was not allowed to be herself. She was viewed more as someone who needed to be controlled, right? I'm going to tell you guys right now, like I said, I just, have this beautiful brand new puppy. She's over here sleeping, but I wish I could show her to you. And this is the clear example of you cannot control a situation. You can only educate a situation, right? You have to be able to understand and learn that mistakes happen in life and things always go outside of what someone's expectations can be. That's why reciprocation is extremely important. So for whoever needs to know this about said relationship, the control aspect with this Taurus vibration and this Aquarian energy here, it's like someone's relationship is being controlled by an outside energy, outside source where reciprocation is not allowed, okay? It's an expectation of some sort. And it's a divine, how do I say this? It might just be something that's simple. It might be a habit that somebody has that they need to learn to let go of. It's a control factor that you don't need to necessarily push. That's what I'm hearing. And it's like God is the only one that has control over that situation, right? So if you're constantly push, you're constantly, universe, I need this, but you're not receiving it. Well, the universe is saying, you saying to us that you need this means that you feel you don't already have it, right? If this is something that you want, then the conflict in the mind is that you're saying you don't have it because you say you need it. You already have it. It's already there. Change the way you're thinking. See, I'm shuffling, but didn't even realize I went to this card. Your blessing is there. Your new connection, your new soul connection, whatever it is that you're looking for is there. Stop trying to control the outcome, right? Do something consecutively, manifest consistently. Potty training. It's the same concept. I hate to say that, but it is. For those of you all that don't have pets, I get it, but having pets, you really do, they're their own personality, right? And that's the universe. The universe is its own personality. And when the universe places something in your hands you have to put in the effort and you have to put in the work to get it. It's not just going to automatically happen. I think that happened with the first reading that we actually went into. I think as you guys can see, as the decks change, the reading somewhat changes. See what I mean? And that's all the divine order. That's the divine plan. That is the butterfly effect. Okay? All right, let's see what else. Just put the good vibes out there is what I'm telling you. If you're saying you need it, you're telling the universe you don't have it. Tell the universe you have it and you want to keep it consistent. And that Six of Pentacles ends up, multiplying into something where you both have something to bring to the table or whatever it is that you've been looking for. Okay? This is an energy of love and commitment if you think about it, but it has to be respect. You cannot make this up. It has to be respected. If this is work, congratulations. Like I said, some of you all are getting a raise. If this is love and commitment, congratulations. You've said, I'm okay with you seeing other people, and so am I. Right? It doesn't mean that we're not friends. It doesn't mean that we can't have the best relationship ever, but, they're open to seeing other people. If one of you all becomes defensive and psycho, then I guess it's not the type of relationship for them, is it? No, it's not. So, all right, what else is coming out here? Yeah. I'm telling you. So somebody might be okay with the open relationship and somebody might not be. If they're not okay with it, then let it go. But this is definitely the opportunity to do something. But all that spying to see if there's multiple people and all that other stuff, I don't know. Do you get paid to spy on your person? Because if you get paid to spy on your person, okay. But otherwise, use your time wisely. And that's self-reflect, meditate. I heard medicate for some of you. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I'm just saying, sometimes we do need to have conversations with the doctor. All right. Some of you all, please be careful. Be dealing with someone who might need to medicate and they can't get over the fact that you're not there anymore. You chose to be single. All right. They want to be your man. I'm hearing that song back in the day. And I can't sing right now because I feel like I'll come off as tone deaf, but they want to be your man. Yeah, they do. And they feel like anybody being around you, when I see the jealousy, I see the jealousy. Yeah, they want to be your man, boo. Yeah, they do. Who are they talking about? I'm just curious. Hold on. I have another deck. I haven't seen it in a while. Let me see this deck. Who are they talking about? Well, it says union at the bottom of the deck. Yes, it does. I told you. Somebody wants to be y'all man. Who is it? Someone who is brokenhearted and feels like they can talk to you. You are a safe place for them. It could be a Cancer. Okay, Cancer energy, but they definitely know that you are highly intuitive. They have some sort of feeling and they feel some sort of way about you. Could be a Pisces here. Maybe you've taught a Pisces how to take care of themselves and they respect that. Maybe they've become a whole new person just by listening to you or being around you. I don't know. Something that you do tells them how to care about themselves. You also have a Capricorn and a Virgo here, but again, lots of jealousy coming through that, someone else is around. There could be a Scorpio as well. If you are dealing with the Scorpio, please be careful. Because there might be something they're not telling you. And if you are dealing with the Taurus, yeah, they are disguising some serious hate. It is work related. And right now, just kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. That's all I can tell you. Okay. Gemini. I don't know why Gemini. Gemini, you carry an energy of being irked. You do. You guys know what irked is, right? Like Steve Urkel. Yeah, I don't know why you carry that energy, but you do. You'll have to explain it to me in the comments. Well, Hamed, I will tell you. I mean, I understand what you mean about harmful, but it's not about trying to know. It's just about knowing. Cards are just about guidance. So... But I mean, if you'd like me to read you, the cost is $50 and feel free to send that via Cash App if you'd like a reading. It's not always about the future either, Ahmed. It's also about learning your mistakes and past and blocks and things that have held you back. Sometimes you need a seer to look at those things for you, depending on, who you are and where you are in life. But normally listening to God will get you to the right place. Or whoever you deem to be God. See? Yes. All right. Positive, motivating forces moving forward. There's more to your story, baby. Oh, about the hate, I guess. The hate you give. I want you to be careful of anyone that could be deemed an enemy, because Pisces is also that 12th house energy as well. You could be, again, going into something, and if you've got the wrong people around you, they will tell you, recognize it for what it is. In order for you to stay blessed and be happy and peaceful and whatnot, they need you to cleanse. Okay? Yeah, I told you Pisces just came back out. So again, I don't necessarily know that this is a hidden enemy, right? But it's definitely someone that's jealous of you. Okay? There's more to the story. What is the story? Is it past? Is it future? What is it? There's more to the story. It's the way they feel about you. I almost feel like someone here feels like someone has leveled up, and that for some reason, and maybe they did not. Maybe this is a past type of relationship, Someone feels like someone leveled up here, and in one way, shape, or form, it irks this person. They hate to think about you being with someone else. Yeah. If they could apologize to you, they would and tell you that they care about you. But I think the time is way, way past that. It's definitely way, way past that. For some of you, I need you to be very, very careful if you've been choosing to date someone else. I do keep picking up on a malicious type of stalker energy here. This person is trying to define who they themselves are, and I think that there are a few screws missing here. I do. I think that they want you all to be very, very careful. I think that this is someone who would try to catch you up and you would be highly, highly dissatisfied. There's someone here who would try to manipulate you, not necessarily ghost you, but this is someone who, I don't know, this is like player. It's not just player, it's more to it than player. It's deliberately, intentionally hurt you, harm you. See? They want to fight with you on purpose. They want to fight with you on purpose. This is just how they treat people. This is what they do. If you're feeling a vibration and you feel an echo, like if you're possibly hanging out with somebody, around someone, you could even be married to this person. If they have a third party around them, they're fighting with that third party, something along the lines. But this is a hidden enemy. This is someone who is escaping responsibility. This is someone who is not listening to the divine. There's this, I'm telling you, they're not listening to the divine, that someone is a true feminine here. To me, this is someone who should be in their right state of mind, but for some reason, it could even be black magic. That could be the darkness that's here. There could be a third party person, it possibly Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that has done some sort of dark work to block something. Okay. And we all know how that goes if it's a relationship that's meant to be, then it will be. Right? Now, if it's not a relationship, or if black magic is able to break a relationship up, then no, it was definitely only for a season. Wasn't a whole lifetime, wasn't a whole reason, none of that. Oh my God. Listen, whoever, look, you had another 5. This is a full-blown, attack mode. I want you guys to be very, very careful. Watch this negativity as it begins to come in. It's going to be a verbal aspect that will mentally mess with somebody here. It's whatever it is, it's like a programmable type of thing. Like they'll do it consistently to try to make you think that you're the dead ass wrong one. And I'm just hearing dead ass wrong. Okay, this person is just jealous of you. They watch you, they spy on you, and wait to see if they can push that button so you'll be like, what the you know what I mean? That's what they do. But listen, you just need to work on being courageous. You need to, I just heard St. John's Chew. St. John's Chew is what I don't know why I just heard St. John's Chew. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this is like a court aspect, gangling root. You guys, if you know what that means, you know what that means. But there's somebody here, I don't know, and I almost feel like somebody doesn't feel justified. It could be over a Libra. They don't feel justified in a particular situation. And you know what I'm hearing is F you. Like, I don't know if Spirit's saying that or if that's just how the person feels. But if they can cause drama, they will. They successfully cause drama is what I hear. Yeah, and you know what? If you were causing drama on purpose and just being, it's at this point where somebody is like actually cussing because they don't appreciate the fact that, and it's about a divine masculine. I feel like this is someone who could potentially be older. They successfully destroyed an opportunity to have this reciprocated type of energy, okay? And literally tried to destroy stability, or I almost hear like this is an energy, I feel like it's kind of standing behind me. It's more of a protective one. Just letting someone know, it's kind of like, okay, tell them that we are going to come for them. because they should have respected the divine feminine. You know, if this was mafias, this would be John Gotti. Like this would, if this is the father figure is what I'm picking up on, saying I am going to successfully bring some sort of torment because of the fact that this reciprocation was only met with abuse or pain or manipulation or, you know, jealousy for that matter. You know, like allowing someone to feel as if, you know, God didn't care about them, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. This is an interesting thing because I feel like I'm saying to somebody, there's more to the story, and more to the story is that this hidden enemy is about to get dealt with, and Spirit's coming in. Because, you know, I kind of laugh and I always say, you know, Christ's birthday is on the 25th, right? Well, that's what they say. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, which makes him a Capricorn. And I promise you, what this says to me is that Spirit has been waiting, you know, for the way that, you know, somebody has been pushing against his word, his divine, the way that he wanted this universal aspect to turn out. Someone was pushing against it. Somebody was pushing against what God wanted. And so he is reuniting. Look, you had 37. He is reuniting something that, you cannot make this up, should have been. And it should have been about reciprocating in beauty and in comfort and in peace. I feel like there's somebody here that knows, or the lesson to be learned or acknowledged is, if you were given an opportunity to love and instead you chose hate, you chose abuse, you chose negativity, God does not look upon that well at all. You see, it came back out. What should have happened was reciprocation. So what you put out there, you shall receive. I told you, Libra energy. Stress, miscommunication. Is there a saving grace here? Six of Pentacles again. The saving grace. Look at this. No, it's done. It's already solidified. The concrete's dried. The divine, the twisted masculine that chose to lie, that chose to be deceitful, now shall receive what it was that they put out here. The liar, the cheater, the one that really truly had to admit to themselves what they were doing was bold, gross, disgusting. I don't know why this reading came out the way that it did, but whoever it is, Spirit says, yeah, we're starting to show you the repercussions of being someone who lied. Okay? Happiness lies in true wisdom. Happiness lies in educating yourself and becoming a better person. Happiness lies in truly having faith. And I'm going to say testifying to the fact that God is good. God is great. And he is all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what someone's job was. I hope they did it. I hope they did it. Will he do it? Yes, he will. Am I waking you up? You gonna come over here and say hi? She's like, no, I'm not doing anything but laying here on this beautiful soft pillow. She's quite grateful. Like I said, she's quite grateful. She has been getting used to the house and potty training and doing all that other good stuff. So, like I said, her name is Chula. Actually, her name is Chocolate Chula, because she's pretty beautiful brown with green eyes. Hi, Jenny. How are you? I hope you are well. Jenny, you just missed a really weird one. I'm telling you. It was deep, because it was just like somebody was always in the mix. Always in the mix. How long have we been on here? We've been on here an hour. One more? Yeah, one more. Because I did see this deck too. Hope you all are well. And Jenny, maybe Chula will get up and you guys can meet her. Like I said, she is a beautiful brown with green eyes. She's, I don't know. I've always wanted a dog like that. Always. Yes, we have a new companion. Yep, her name is Chula. She is gorgeous and she's sweet and she's an angel and she's a little tad bit sneaky, but that's okay. And she likes her doggy treats. She likes her doggy treats. Okay. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Well, we don't read from the floor, so let me get that. Hold on. Let's make that happen. Let's see. Anything else? Yes. I heard judgment. The whole point is to be human. Let's see. Yeah, Jenny, I'm telling you, these are just really intuitive readings. Every time I change the stack, it's pretty much a new reading. I've added a couple of decks to the team here. As you guys know, we stopped, for the most part, reading tarot. They're mainly oracle decks. They're mindful meditative decks. They're astrology decks. Yeah. Oh, and you know who I do want to give a shout out to the people that do, yep, I'm in good hands. So it says surrender here and really understanding where you want to be. Make the decision that God's going to cover you and watch over you, right? And with that being said, when it comes to decks, King of Aloha has quite a few. His store is now open. Go check him out. And then, what is her name? I love her decks. She's just one of the best freaking readers I've ever come across. And she's been on here for years. What is her name? Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find her very quickly. Because she is definitely worth the watch. Oh, Cosmic Royal Family is her name. And I think I was watching her before, way before then, like when she was Mystic Beauty, before she moved to Texas, all that other stuff. And she's really, 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 really a fabulous reader. She also has several decks that are out there. So if you guys are familiar with Cosmic Royal Family Tarot, I recommend her. I have not personally purchased anything from her, but I recommend her because I know she knows the battle, you know, between the good and the evil. And the same thing with King of Aloha. Like, I know that they know. So that's why I choose to recommend the way I do. Okay? All right. What else do we need here? We need to know union. Myself and soul are one. Okay, so the higher power. And then the red thread recognizes good. Good recognizes good. Look at you. Look at you. So making, I told you, beloved, there you go. Making the decision to, again, combine all positive energies and knowing who you are. And this is, again, the Mary Magdalene deck. This is basically a deck that is based off of, you know, Jesus's love for Mary Magdalene. And they say that there is the unwritten scripture, right? And it talks about true love. It talks about commitment. It talks about this union and deciding that, you know, we do all make mistakes in life. And that's what it is to be human. It is to err, to be human. So it's about what do we do to learn from those errors? Like, okay, I hurt said person, or I made the mistake by going down the street, or I didn't listen to my intuition, or I'm not developing my intuition enough to where I know to avoid that car accident or avoid that tree from falling. You know, some people are just better at it than others, if that makes sense, you know, because we had a couple of naysayers in the chat that are like, you know, why would you want to tap into this to avoid the tree that's falling or the the river that's going to try to wash my car away, or, the things that happen in life, having that sixth sense, which we are all enabled for. We just have to learn to turn the switch on and allow it to bring us to a better place of peace, right? Knowing yourself as well as your soul, knowing how you can gravitate from here all the way out here and to touch someone else. It's not always with just paying it forward, with an act of kindness, right? We talked about good, recognizing good, being family, being committed, but we're also talking about just knowing how to tap in so that you can be someone who is saving that next person, right? Knowing that, I don't know, in my mind, literally, it's literally that love is the answer. So who's ever's tapping into this particular reading, it's because you need to know that you loving you is going to bring everybody else together, because you love you, other people love you, and it then encourages them to love themselves. Right? Maybe you're an idol. Maybe there's something about you where you're sexy, like, see, maybe there's something where it's just you saying, I'm okay with me being the way that I am, not worried about what anybody else is thinking, taking responsibility for myself and saying, I'm not going to do anything less than what I'm entitled to. It's already been written, and I'm entitled to my energy with my beloved. Not accepting anything less. So I don't know, how this might trigger other people or what this looks like for individuals, dealing with a money matter or dealing with a some of you all is money, because I was going to say financial twice. That's the same damn thing. Money matters, bills. Some of you all, this has to do with that love relationship you're not sure about, or some of you all lately, I feel like you've maybe been questioning yourself about love. The thing is why would you question yourself about love? You are union in itself. So if you're happy with yourself, you wouldn't be questioning the people that were around you. You would already know if it was a good fit or not, if that makes sense. Is this person your beloved? Do you two mesh well into one another? And when you are exchanging, and again, I know I say swap and juices, stuff like that, but it's that red thread we talked about. This is that thread of fate. So anytime you are interacting with somebody, think about how you exchange your energetic vibration with them. Okay. So they might look attractive on the outside, but on the inside, they're just damaged, they're broken, they're whatever. Sometimes people will tell you that they're damaged, and then you can make the decision from there. But then other times there's people that lie. They don't tell you that they're damaged. They don't tell you at all. So good recognizes good, and that's what they need you to do. Make the decision to be at one with yourself. Put yourself around those vortexes or those ley lines that are known to feel a vibration of positivity, so that you can manifest and be around the person that is your beloved. Try to stay away from that stuff. Again, we talked about Bill's book, that feels as if it is an aggressive energy that's trying to come for you. Okay. I've actually had a couple of conversations lately, with individuals where I've had to do some coaching and some counseling just to say, I'm seeing passive aggressive energy here. It would be better if we could, maybe recognize that from a standpoint of blah, 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 and then, move forward so that we're not blocked by this and that we're actually succeeding in making this happen over here. Right. And that's just a little bit of direction. I know that it sounds a little bit of whatever, but sometimes we have to say that. Sometimes we have to help people identify that they're having a freaking breakdown, and that the way that they're responding to the situation is not healthy. Right? So even if you need to do that with yourself, or you need to do that with someone around you, because good recognizes good. If they want to be on the same path as you, okay, but you're not about to settle for something that is anything less than that. And again, to forgive is also human. To err is human. But remember, I said forgiveness is also key. See what I mean? Forgiveness is key. And I'm going to tell you, and I think it's been weird because I keep thinking of the vibration touched by an angel. Some of you all, please be mindful of who you're talking to. Be mindful of the conversations you have with people. You never know who you're talking to. Are you talking to an angel? Some of you, that must be what's happening right now. And that's kind of what I feel. There's conversations that are getting ready to come into your life, into people's lives. And maybe it's this reading. I mean, you never know why someone is telling you what they're telling you. Maybe you need 3 people down the way or however. It's not telephone communication, but maybe it is. Maybe it's something where you hear this message from said person and know that it's valuable enough to where you're supposed to carry it to the next person. You heard that because you were meant to say it 4 days later or 10 years later. You were meant to share your knowledge, and this is what this feels like to me. This is an opportunity at learning lessons to be forgiving and understand how, going within and honoring self is highly helpful. It's an intelligent thing to do, to honor self, because then others also recognize the ones that choose not to go in and recognize self. Right? The self-proclaimed. No, this is your fated destiny. I promise you. There's a red fate of generational issues here. Maybe you guys are getting ready to meet new cousins, new siblings. Maybe your parents had siblings they didn't know about, grandparents, things like that. You have a very, very big, a wide array of family that's coming in towards you. Or maybe you actually are joining with your family and stepping into a generational love that's going to bring new babies, new lineage. Okay. But you do have those people in the background that are going to try to manipulate you from stepping into something beautiful. They're going to say you're moving too fast. You're moving too quickly. Right. They don't want you to be successful. They would try to stop your success. They would. Because they don't understand the forgiveness that you've received in life, or the forgiveness that you've allowed to happen in your own life. They don't understand that. They don't. See what I mean? Try to throw you off your path. Don't let them throw you off your path. Good recognizes good. You also have a very beneficial relationship that's coming in here. This is going to be of true love, faith, and effort. And maybe you're going to meet this person through a friend of a friend. Okay. I also see that could be happening as well. But whoever this is, you fall in love with this person. Okay. You do. This is someone who could be damaged previously, but you actually know what is healthy and happy. I'm telling you, you are someone who is divine. You're not in your ego. This person used to be in their ego, but is not anymore. I don't think that they realized how far they've come. That's another thing. And so you have to remember not to be afraid to take on the rejections of your past or take on the shadows of your past. You need to learn to move away from them to allow this blessing to come in here. Oh, and when you guys start to meet new family and new people and create new things, you will be creating stories, okay? There's something here about a storyteller in the family. You guys might be hearing about someone that was very highly psychic in the family, and maybe that's the generational energy that you're learning, that you carry your descendants' blood, something along those lines. I also see here that, I keep seeing an energy here of a masculine that has more than one feminine. Maybe this, if it's a descendant type of issue, this descendant had 3 wives, but therefore leading to multiple children, a lot of children, okay? And that's why there could be, I don't know, there's something here about interlinking energy, but remember, love never ends. And so 3 different divine factors coming together to create one thing. Some of you all, whoever it is that you're going to be meeting, your guides and ancestors have pushed this person towards you. I feel like they literally stomped on the heads of anybody that would have tried to block this, any sort of demonic thing, because whatever your union brings about, it's true and it's love. It's pregnancy, it's union, it's money, it's clarity, it's making someone stronger. Whatever relationship this is for you, it's going to make you even more into a divine feminine than what you even realize. And it might be a fight, but there's something here where it's going to challenge somebody to learn to rest and heal and be who they are. You're changing the way you're going to be. And you know this, you've seen this, and you have to be, yeah. You might even, listen, whatever relationship this is you're stepping into, there could even be divine feminines that around them that want to criticize. Maybe it's like aunties, mothers, things like that. That is not okay. Just know that there is something very special about you, and you will overcome, and you will be with your beloved. Good recognizes good. Notice here how we have 3 queens. We also have 3 feminines here, but we also have this masculine that has chosen to add another feminine to the mix, in the sense of, I don't know, maybe they have 3 adult daughters. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's 3 women in the family. This is a younger male bringing in another female, something along those lines, I'm telling you. But this masculine, he's going to have to bring and combine everybody together. This is your person. And there are new beginnings in love already have begun to spring forward, something like that. Yeah, I'm telling you, this masculine keeps coming back out. This masculine keeps coming back out. What is it that we need to know about the masculine? And then I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, babies. Tell me about this masculine and what we need to know. Queen of Pentacles. He has a controlling mother, right? And needs to literally be told what to do. And it's been like that for a very long time. But now that you're in the scenario here, you're going to have to help him kind of move past that. And whatever it is, just, and not the fact that you need to be dominant, but you do need to be vocal about the fact that you need to be treated kindly and fairly, and that you are the matriarch in this situation, and that any other person that treats people poorly or bitter or anything like that is not seen in a high regard. They're just not. So in order to have this 10 of cups, 10 of, 2 of cups, all of this love and blessing, this person cannot allow the other person to set booby traps and be stuck and whatnot. So I do feel like this masculine will be standing up for you, because you have chosen to stand up for yourself and recognize that you are highly anointed, and that this person was chosen to be around you the same way you were chosen to be around them. You know how to speak up for yourself is basically what I'm feeling here. Okay. And you're going to set the tone in this relationship because you care about yourself. And in caring for yourself, you tell this person, I care about you, no matter what our differences are, when they show that ego, when they show that fear, especially if there's another feminine that could be involved. Okay. Hi, Dana. What it do? I haven't seen you in a while. So again, you guys, 2-week hiatus was basically to allow me to add a new family member, and then spend some time with family, things like that. We enjoyed the holiday weekend. I hope you guys did too. I know I owe you some back reading, so I might come back later. I do have a couple of reports to do, and then once I wrap those up, we'll get going. And of course, I want to go to the pool. So you know me, I am like a water baby. Oh, I know. You guys, listen, it sent out announcements all over the world, but not to anybody in the States or Romania, I guess. So, no worries. Feel free, go back. And remember, with this thing, if you guys can timestamp for me, that'd be great. Every time I change the deck, it's like a different reading. So it's like I have a main deck and then I just kind of feed off of it. But once you see I change that deck, I think there's maybe 4 or 5 readings I did today. Yeah. And hopefully you guys are good. You guys are good. You guys are good. All right. Well, I got to head out. I'll I'll see you guys around. I will. And I promise you, I will show you her very, very soon. As soon as she's gonna, are you gonna wake up for me? Come here. Come here. Yeah. Come here. Come here. Come here. She's like, no way, Jose. Come here, puppy. Chula. Come on. Hold on. Let me see if I can get her to come over this way. Come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. See if I back up a little bit, she might come. Let me see. She's so funny. She actually rolls off of her pillow. Come here, baby. Come here. Yes. Okay, yeah, she's not having it. So let's let her do her thing. She normally gets to rest while I work anyway. So I love you guys bunches. I appreciate you. Make sure you're hitting that like button, coming back, supporting, and checking those playlists. This is for you. Peace and love, Grease.